Hello and welcome into an emergency episode of MFL with Laird. I'm Andrew Laird, here with Ryan Walter, who is going to solve all my problems. I hope it is one day before season 10. And as I told Ryan a little bit ago, I'm thinking about blowing up two of my teams and starting over. And he was like, do you want to do this like in a video or do you want to do it over Discord? And I was like, yeah, I don't do anything not on video. So yeah, let's do it. So Ryan, thank you very much for coming on. And I have a feeling this is going to be fine. Maybe it'll be fine.
If it goes horribly, it's a learning experience, and it's not my fault.
I'll agree with the first part. But you are going to take full blame if anything doesn't work out here. So just to warn you. So I'm sitting on my couch last night. I think everyone in my house had gone to sleep. And so I was just looking at MFL, trying to put things together. And it basically is coming down to the two top teams that I have, meaning not Patron Saints, but I have this Empire Paulista team that I bought in Iron, and then Empire FC, which got promoted to Stone. We had a whole stream last week about what to do when you get promoted. I paid attention to none of it, apparently. Or it took me 4 days to appreciate what we were talking about. But I was looking at these teams, and I'm going to be completely honest that I don't think I would be doing any of this had I not looked at the league projections and noticed that both of the teams were in big trouble. And I was like, that's not fun to have like multiple relegation battles. Now, the Iron team that I bought is supposed to be a Stone team. And in order for an Iron team to be a Stone team, you're supposed to get relegated. And like, that's the plan. And yet, when I see myself projected 11th out of 12, I'm like, that's not cool. And so I think really what it came down to is when I saw Empire FC promoted to Stone, projected 11th out of 11. And I was like, I didn't think I was that far behind. And I had all these rules with Empire FC previously that it was only guys that I had either packed or got referrals on. And then I had some loans as well. For some reason, I was okay with loans and not buying players. And then when I got this Iron team, I started buying players. And then I was like, well, maybe if I put just one bought player on Empire FC, that'll be okay. And once I broke that dam, it was like, all right, anyone can go. And so basically, most of my Empire Paulista team in Iron was purchase players along with the 3 highest rated players I had in my agency who have never played on one of my teams because they were too high. And then Empire FC was like the guys that were in ICE last year. And then a couple guys that I bought that I thought would help. And apparently projection wise, don't. And literally I was sitting there and I was just like, what if I just moved like this one guy over? And I'm like, one guy's not going to be enough. And then it was like, maybe I should just go back to my original plan and put all of the guys, my guys, as I keep calling them, in Empire FC, regardless of their ratings, and see what happens. And then it was like, oh, this team actually seems pretty competitive. The guys that I have never had on my team are, I think they're rated too high for Stone, but I also don't think that they're going to be progressing much more. One of them is, I think 2 of them are 29. One might even be 30 already. And I was like, fuck it. And I'll be honest, I talked to Toby about this. I talked to Toby, who's calling me out on this panic stream here. And I kind of like walked through it. And I've actually been talking to him about my teams for a while. And he was like, just do it. Just do it. And I was like, eh. And then you asked me today, like, how are your teams going? And I literally read it and I was like, oh my God, you couldn't have asked at a worse time. And I kind of slowly explained it to you and you were like, just do it. And I was like, I got to figure out, like, I had my formations all set, like these teams were done. And now I think I want to start from scratch. And you were like, let's just workshop how this works on stream. And so here we are. Thanks everyone for coming in. Pico player, Kev Hurd. Speaking of Kev, we'll get to Kev in a second. And Shezi on the podium. Thank you Congratulations to you guys. MFL season can't come quick enough. I need a little more time, to be honest. Kev said in first ever league with you, Laird, this season. So Kev is in the Iron League that I'm in, and Kev, this is probably great news for you because of where this is going to end up with my team there. And so yeah, we'll get there. Sam, what's up? So remember, you put a load of 70 rated players in Saints. Saints are in the same league as David, as one of David's monkey teams. Andy, what's up? Sid, another Andrew, love to see it. Misaki, Toby said Laird doesn't have faith in his coaching ability. Andrew's on Team Coffee Mug, by the way, right behind you. We did one stream that looked familiar enough. Maybe I just watched your videos actually that had the.
Yeah, I think the stream with Trust was here. This is on. So like normally where I sit with the jerseys behind me is in my bedroom, and the stream with Trust was late, so my wife was asleep, so I had to vacate to the other side. So I was here, and I'll move my head. It's reversed, so I'm getting confused. Normally I have a couple more. I have one that's full.
I was gonna say, yeah, early for us, so we're still drinking our coffee. Yeah. Pico Blair said most of my teams are projected at the bottom. I'm going to prove the projections wrong. So I have a little bit of that, but I also have a little bit of like, let's be realistic. Did you get any sleep last night with all those questions? Andy, to be honest, I fell asleep thinking about this. I woke up thinking about it. I don't know what happened in between.
Did you dream about it? As long as you didn't dream about it, you're in an okay space.
Yeah, I don't think so, but yeah, I don't know. Big Will, what's up? Just rearrange as needed. I had to do it for 7 teams after I bought a bunch of rares. How badly are they in 11th? Hi, Jimbo. Wouldn't overthink it if it's like 2 or 3 overall between most teams. So that's going to be part of it because there's opportunity. What rating players are you looking at? Well, I have all my guys, so I'm not buying any more players, even though I look at the marketplace multiple times already this morning and it's 9:53 a.m. Kev's about to get 6 free points in his Iron team. So, I mean, we'll see. Dobbsy, what's up? Bob Flynn. I love everybody who just comes in on an emergency stream. Just love it. Jimbo, it's not that bad, but that said, I think it makes more sense for him to switch things up since Empire FC is supposed to be his main team. So that's what it comes down to, that like Empire FC is the first club I had on Silver. We all have our first, and that's it. That's my team. And again, the Iron Club is supposed to be a stone club. And I have to keep remembering that as I do this. But anyway, so to pull up the projections, Empire FC here in stone. I use the MFL stats one. I know MFL assistant does them. But anyway, all you got to do is look right to the bottom. We're currently in 6th, thanks to the alphabetical nature of Empire FC, but we're projected 12th. 72.82 as the best 11 and best 16, 71.94. So if you just look, like 7th is 75.91. 3 overall, at least from the best 11 standpoint. 3-ish, basically, 3.12 on the best 16. Like, it's not that bad. But it's also still just last. And I don't expect to come into this league to win it, but last is just kind of depressing. I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, wait, it's only 11th though. So maybe if I finish 9th, I won't get relegated because it's only 11 teams and all this, whatever. So the Iron League, I am 11th of 12, but this one feels a little more competitive. Now, I believe this Casco Viejo, this is Kev. This is Josh XL's. So it's kind of like a fun idea to be in a league with them. I've never been in a league with Kev. 78.55 for the best 11. And like 6th is 80. That's not that far. It's doable, presumably. But the idea, like, do I try to compete for 6th in Iron while my biggest priority team gets relegated from Stone after being there for 1 year? Or do I just blow it all up, sacrifice Paulista, where they'll be projected instead of 11th, 12th, and try to get Empire a little more? Big Will, how good is your managerial skill? Or do you typically outdo projections? I would say I am not good managerially or tactically, but I do outdo. I have outdone projections, not by a ton, but I don't come in saying like, oh, I can get myself out of this because I know I'm better than everyone. I am not better than everyone, just to be clear. And so knowing that, I have to get more quality in the teams that I want. And if I want Empire to be the top team, then I need to bring some of the quality from my Iron team down to Stone.
I think looking at Empire, the top 4, top 5 teams, like I don't think, even if you were the best tactical manager on the site, I don't know that you're gapping 5 points week in and week out. Like you can have a couple of those, but I think like those top 3 teams are going to pretty consistently have positive results. And I just don't think that you're going to push up into there with the ratings you have. The Iron team probably gives a little bit more room to do that. Like if you were stronger than the league, you probably have a chance to make a difference and push up versus the projections. But I think that Empire's too far away.
So this is the team that I have set up. Actually, I prefer to look at it here. I don't know why. I just find this setup easier to see.
I like this one. I also like sorting by position from the squad. Squad, I think, defaults to ratings.
Yeah.
Default. And I like doing it from squad positions as well, where you'll have your goalkeepers, your defenders, midfielders, attackers. That's the other way that I like to be able to see it.
It's funny you say that because I used to always do it by overall. And Toby called me a psycho once because he's like, just do it by position. What are you doing? And I was just like, I don't know. And then I did it by position. And now whenever it defaults to overall, I'm like, who wants this? Yeah, I think it's fine, this team. When I was trying to fill it out. So actually, a little more background. So Parker, the goalie, the guys that are mine are Parker, the 83 rated goalie, Porter, the 75 rated right back, Udo, the 79 rated left back, Freeman, the 83 rated cam, Byrne, the 77 rated cam, and Vigano, the 76 rated striker. So everyone else I bought in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So when you say they're mine, you mean you packed them originally?
Yeah, they're my guys.
The whole team is in your agency.
Yes. So the whole team is in my agency, but the guys that I just pointed out are the ones that I got in packs. Basically the guys that I've always wanted to be an Empire. And the problem is that I wasn't going to bring an 83 rated cam to ice. It just didn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense in Stone, but please just spare me that comment. So really the idea is if I bring those guys down to Empire FC in Stone, which again, like a 79 rated left back in Stone is probably unnecessary. The 83 rated cam is definitely unnecessary. The 83 rated goalie is unnecessary, but they're my guy. That's right. They're my kids. Exactly. And so the way that I was thinking of it, like Vigano's 22. And so I think I pray he has lots of progression in front of him because he's gotten absolutely none so far. Not none. I think he had he has a +2 in defending, which is just what we all want from our 20-year-old strikers. But anyway, like Freeman is already 30. And let me take this off. Like, playing an Iron, he's not going to be a Lego all of a sudden at 30. I don't think. And let's see, Udo actually progressed like through last season. And so I'm like, maybe he makes sense in iron. And who's the other guy? Byrne is 28 and actually has also progressed like quite well.
I don't think 77 should see that much penalty in iron, or rather in stone.
That's what I thought. Yes. When I basically bought the iron side, my expectation was to keep Byrne there keep him in stone. So going to Empire FC, obviously much lower rated because these are basically all guys that I got that were in ice last year. The only guys that are new are the backup goalie, this backup center back, these two CDMs, and this right mid. Everyone else, oh no, I'm sorry. It's also these two, Bedoya and Ban. But like most of the team are my guys. This is exactly it. I don't really have enough gaps. I don't really have that many gaps. They're just not good enough. And so basically, if I scrap this and take some of these guys at Empire who maybe aren't good enough, like this guy Bedoya, I bought him like the other day. He's fine, but he's certainly not good enough for iron. But he's probably going to end up there when I bring my 83 rated cam down. And I think
when you say good enough for iron, he's not winning in iron, but he meets the team requirements of 70 minimum overall.
So I have no problem with that. Like I'll meet the minimums, no problem. But basically what I started doing is I created this is the watch list of what I think Empire FC could look like. And I have a weird thing where I want to fit them all together, but I can't. Oh wait, attributes is what I wanted. So this seems pretty competitive for Stone. And it's just a matter of if this is the team. Now, I think that there's probably one or two other guys that I would bring over. But going down the list, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these guys, 11 of the 15 are my guys. And that made me feel better. But I don't know how to line them up now. Actually, let me give you let me throw another wrench in here. Engelbert Engelhart is my agency. And I would love for him to tier break. Who knows if he will. But basically my two best players, meaning the one I like the most, Engelbert Engelhart, and my best player, Stuart Freeman, are both cams. Now, Engelhart is fine as a right mid. Freeman is fine as a left mid, at least in Stone. But I would prefer to play Freeman as a cam. And this John Byrne is just as good as a right wing and a striker than he is as a cam. So like it all comes back to, do I want to play a 4-2-2-2, which multiple people I've reached out about and were like, yeah, you should do that. That's cool. I've never had success with it, but go for it. And I'm just like, that's not helpful at all. And I'll say, I'm glad Kev is here because I had, I think, 2 different people tell me that Kev has like figured out 4-2-2-2. But again, the only reason I'm doing it is because I happen to have 2 cams. I could just play one somewhere else. And Toby did say this to me earlier. And he's like, based on like the actual attributes, he thinks Engelhart is actually would play better in the game as a right mid. Like he's not rated as high as a right mid, but he's like, he's a decent defender, doesn't shoot that that well. And so I could theoretically play him there. But it basically comes down to, should I put all of these guys on one team and just forget? And you can even see, like, on the watch list, how many of them are actually on the Iron team right now. So, and I would bring all of these guys, I would bring all of these guys down to Stone. And yeah. So Big Will said, I would play my best possible team in Iron and let the Stone team fall where it may. See, I don't want to hear that, Big Will.
So the first thing, when you kind of messaged me about this idea, the first thing that I thought was, is it a plus or minus with MFL? And I thought it was a plus. And the other thing is, what's more fun? And I think stacking a Stone team or having a competitive Stone team that is fighting for something, and then just knowing that the Iron team is going to fall down to Stone, is much more fun than just having a Stone team relegate and then hoping you don't relegate. Like that is the goal of, I hope I don't relegate. My top two teams are projected 8th. Realistically, looking at the projections, my goal this year is to just not relegate. Mm-hmm. And that's not a whole lot of fun. I'm realizing, like, last year I had some promotion chases and I had cup runs, and like, it was a lot of fun, like week in and week out, like there was some stress to it. And I'm like, this is going to not be as fun. Like, it's just going to be like, I hope I draw today. I hope the team below me loses. I like this idea better. And if you look at the table, the reward table, the kind of like middle section.
So I'm going to share one of my spreadsheets, but I'm only sharing this part because where did it go? Oh, maybe I got rid of it. Oh, I literally had like the breakdown of Iron versus Stone.
Okay.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
So if you look at the reward table, the difference between like, I think what I did was 12th and 8th is like 2,000 points. Mm-hmm. And looking at the Paulista team, realistically, I think that's probably your range. It is kind of in that area. Maybe push up to 6th or 7th, but realistically, I think you're going to fall somewhere between 12th and 8th. Like, if you manage it well, have a good season, you're probably looking at 8th. And I think if things go poorly, it's 12th. So that, or if you sack the season and push down to Iron. And so my thought process is, you have to have enough of an improvement in Stone to make up that 2,000 point difference that you're dropping off. And I think if you play the team that you had on your watch list, I think you have a very realistic chance of being top 5 in the league. And that would offset the difference between 11th and 5th. Right. So like, what you're giving up in Iron is offset by pushing up the ladder in Stone. And so I don't think you're sacrificing MFL. You push up, or you probably keep up the team that is most interesting to you, the Empire team, and then don't lose any MFL this season and still have more fun. I think you check all 3 boxes. So, Big Will, I have to disagree.
So it's funny because I'm thinking like where everyone is kind of in the game, as Big Will was like, play the best team in Iron. Bob's like, Bob agrees. Toby goes, but he loves the Stone team. How can you guys be so heartless? The truth hurts. Your best guys get the best conditions to progress, and finishing higher gets you more MFL than the same increase in positions in Stone. Is relegating to Ice the worst thing? Yes, it is. Oh, Trust is here. Just getting here late, so I don't know if it was discussed, but you honestly probably do not have much progression left in most of these guys. So stacking Stone does not hurt as much. Now, I'm just gonna Thank you. So that is the thing, that as I was building the Iron team, I basically was buying older, lower rated players for Iron. Like, I wasn't buying 24-year-old 80 rated players. I was buying 28-year-old 76 and 77 rated players. And I know that this is a dumb way to think of it, but I basically was like, the whole point of getting these guys is so that I could help my own guys out, my real guys. And these like mercenaries who were just showing up for a paycheck that weren't born and bred in the Empire agency. I didn't really care about their progression. And part of it is because they were on the older side. I had to buy guys, like I said, I bought guys who were like 27, 8, 9. And so the progression for them doesn't matter. Like it almost doesn't matter to me. Like I bought them for their current ratings, not expecting much difference, with the hope that they could help some of the guys that I have. Now that reminds me, I have a 21-year-old left mid who is 71 rated, who was like, that's worthless in iron. It's probably not great in stone, but I want to like play him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, how do I make sure that my 2 cams get in, this left mid gets in that I want to play? And all of a sudden I was just like, am I building this team around some random, not a random, but like a 21-year-old kid who is lower rated than everyone just so he progresses? And it,
so you can flex between, we'll say like a 4-4-2 where you're running left mid, right mid. And then the next day, so like on Monday, you run a 4-4-2, and then on Tuesday, you run a 4-2-2, so that they're both getting game time, but you're still utilizing both.
Mm-hmm. So I think so every time I default to a 4-1-2-1-2, because it's like what I've been playing this whole time, because I almost never had wingers and I needed a cam in there for Engelhart. And so that's where I kind of had been going. 4-2-3-1 also works. So as I'm like 95% sure, I hate to use the word stacking my stone team, because I still don't, it's not stacked. It's just my better players are there. But I basically had the concern of over rotation, which is, I think, something that I've done quite a bit throughout MFL, that I play guys, if they're at 94%, I'm like, he seems tired, and I rip them right out. And so I think I actually have hurt progression from some of my players because I play them 18 times instead of 20, 22 times. So my concern, as I'm kind of moving all these pieces around, it was like, I have these 2 center mids that I bought that I really like, but it's like, if I'm playing 4-2-2-2, like they're not going to play that much. And my iron side, I built it basically to play 4-2-2-2 and 4-2-4. And now that I'm blowing it up, I'm like, now I have kind of like pieces to do things that don't necessarily work as well. Now, the other option, which I'm not doing, was literally just to flip the teams completely and know that I'll just get murdered in iron and maybe stack stone without my guys. But then I was like, I would just rather have my guys.
So you built a watch list for what you want to do for Empire. Did you do a counter watch list to what Paulista would look like?
So I did this is basically, these are how the teams are set up right now. And I hate that I have to use, like, all I want is multiple watch lists. It's like the only suggestion I ever drop in the MFL thing. It's all I want. But anyway, so these are how the teams are set up now. I did it by like overall ratings, and then, or really like positional ratings. So like I had bought a 73 rated CDM for iron, but he's a 75 rated center back. And so I play him there. So all of the guys in green are ones that I bought. They're the mercenaries of Empire. And so my hope was like just a whole team of non-green players. And so this is kind of the new, if I stacked it, this is what it would look like. And the problem is, like, I have 3 left backs. So one of them has to go. And I think this Arnie Norden is a right back. He should be here, but I like this guy more because he's also a right mid. And it's just whatever it is. But like the whole idea of this Iron team was like mercenaries to get MFL and then go down to Stone and then we'll play. And Empire FC are my guys. And it just seems like it was literally, this is what I was looking at last night where I was like, should I just blow this whole thing up? And if I do, how do I set up Empire FC to actually do well? Appreciate the shout out here. Oh, you're right, Toby. Vigano shouldn't be green. So offensive, actually. Apologize. I'll send a letter to him and apologize. They do it down here too? I did. I don't know why. Anyway. Sorry. Things like that bother me.
Okay, so the top row is...
This is what I think I'm going to do, and this is how they're set up right now.
Yeah. Okay. So the question that you had was, how do you set them up tactically if you set it up future state?
Right. So basically, how do I set up this team optimally? And if optimally includes someone from here over here, I'll do it. Ideally not replacing a non-shaded player.
Ideally not replacing a non-shaded player.
Meaning
okay. So you want your kids in Empire essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the justification that I gave myself yesterday while I was thinking about it, I don't know why this has a space too, is when teams get promoted, like they usually have to improve. And I could have bought reward packs to try it, but I didn't. Like I'm also sitting on 30,000 MFL and figuring it out. Yeah, Kev, I do love a 4-2-2-2. I think 4-2-2-2 is my best formation based on my players. And then I use kind of these left mid. So this is the 21-year-old left mid that I feel like I should play. And then Mancia is an older guy. I actually got him from Trust that I usually play as a center mid because Adam plays left mid. And he's fine. Obviously he can play left wing as well. Kind of okay. So yeah, it's more how many formations should I be able to play well? I also did this where I looked at all of my teams and like the overall ratings per formation. And I was actually furious how often 4-2-3-1 was the top because playing two center CDMs just feels so boring to me. But anyway, but that was not with this group that I think I'm going to go with.
Do you have enough CDMs? If you look at the Empire team, the way you would set it up, do you have enough CDMs that you would be able to run 4-2-2 regularly?
So I have this one here who's a 75 rated CDM. This Marchetti is actually a CDM. He just rates higher as a center back. And then I have this Clive Dew who's a 72. I have two over here that I could move over. Technically three actually, but this guy, yeah. So the answer is yes. It's just a matter of where I put them.
I would move Sanchez and swap him out for Clive Dew.
So why did I think? Oh yeah, okay. Jim said the only reason I should be ripping teams up is to play 3-5-2-B. That's funny that never mind. I'm not going to go into that.
So to support Jimbo's theory, if you remove the CDM, or I'm sorry, Dew, one of the rotations that you can run pretty reasonably is 3-5-2-B.
Yes. I think I need another. I only have 3 center backs, so I'd probably have to bring another center back. Like that doesn't rest a center back.
One of the The
This
right
guy, yeah,
back,
Sanchez.
the right back, right mid can play center back as well as a 73. That gives you a fourth option. Because you have a little bit of, with two right backs, two left backs, you have a little bit of redundancy, in my opinion, because you had, like, you're not going to play, you want to play those guys more than 50% of the games. So, like, if you have 22 games, you want to play them more than 11 times.
For sure.
So, like, in my opinion, you want to find another place where you can use them, like where they can have utility. I'm sorry?
The backups?
Yes, just in general.
Yeah.
Like, the way that I look at my teams is like, for left back, right back, I have three guys for two positions. And so I don't necessarily think of somebody as a backup. Like, I just think that, like, one of the three starters is resting every day. And I know, like, that doesn't fit with, like, proper logic. Like, somebody's starting and somebody's not. But, like, in my opinion, I'm not like, oh, you're the starter and you're the bench. Like, it's just it's a carousel. Somebody hops off, somebody hops on every time.
Toby said I would switch Stelmach and Haga. So Haga or Stelmach, the reason I had him here is because I think I would start him. I know this guy is rated higher, but, like, he's only 26. I expect Stelmach to still progress, and I don't expect Haga to play ever. And so I was like, I'm fine he's been a backup since I got him. It's one of those weird things that I feel bad about a metaverse football player always being a backup, but it is what it is.
It doesn't hurt you, but Haga also doesn't hit the rating threshold. So he's one of your 5, which as it falls, he would be the only one. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
But something to point out.
Yeah. So the other thing is when I played 4-2-4, I had Du and Torres. That was like in fact, I probably have it as a.
But you don't have the way that you set things up going forward. You wouldn't have left wing, right wings to run 4-2-4.
So one of my cams is a 75 rated right wing. So I would take him there. And then the left wing. So that was the other thing. Do I bring, I have a left wing. One of my center mids is also like an okay left wing. Sorry.
Yeah. 68 feels pretty low to me.
Agreed.
As a left wing in Stone.
So this is how, where was it? 4-2-4. Burn went here. Thought I had another striker. Who am I thinking of? Maybe I didn't. But this is Paulista. This isn't, I really should just use the training one because that makes it a little easier. But it was basically, I liked having these two as my 2 CMs.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, do I bring both of them to Empire FC? I only did one to start. Which obviously makes this one much worse.
Yeah, for me, like, I would move them and swap with the higher rated CDM. I think it makes sense. I also think that if you play a lot of 4-2-2 and become a little bit more familiar with how things work together, rather than switching as much, it'll give you some opportunity. Have you run friendlies or tested it all with the 4-2-2?
I think we both know the answer to that.
Yeah.
The reason why I haven't run friendlies is because I don't have all the guys in the right teams.
Yep.
So I could do that today. If I rearrange everything, I could do it today. The training matches, I just feel like I don't get enough. It feels fake. I mean, I could be just like
I don't even know if it's on the same engine.
What's that?
I don't even know if it's on the same engine. Surely it is, right? If you run a training match from here?
I don't even know if it tells you. But like I had this team set up, which could be in stone. Like this is my back line. There's Engelhardt and Vigano and Byrne. So it's really just these three are not currently on the team. If I wanted to run a 4-3-3. And actually I wouldn't do this. So this would be Freeman. That's what that was the kicker. I couldn't run 4-3-3 because I want to play Engelhardt and Freeman together, and Engelhardt can only play right mid. It infuriates me that he's so bad at center.
He drops off. Yeah. But you could easily run like Freeman here. Like if you had a really tough match, like if you played the top team in the league, run Freeman here, run your higher goalkeeper here, and really go for it. And then the next game run 4-2-2 and get Engelhardt in, or just rest Freeman as guys have to rotate in and out. I have used different formations as a way to rest as well.
Let me get, like, this is what it would look like.
Yeah, like this looks really strong. Center backs are a little low, but I also kind of think that center back rating is for me, like the least relevant. I feel like at times, I feel like center backs just make mistakes at random.
I
was laughing at 352B again in the chat. I think that's going to just be here for a while.
Fuck's
the suggestion.
So the center back thing is mostly that these are my guys. I have much better center backs, and this Marchetti CDM is a 75 center back. But again, like these are my guys, and the 73 rated one is 20. And so I was like, I would rather him play. He hasn't progressed the lick yet. Yeah, selfishly, just like, all right, let's see what it looks like. You fucking, jeez.
But so, like, again, you would never have to stay in this.
Oh, I can assure you, I will not.
Jimbo earmuffs. You would never have to stay in this. You can always rotate into other formations, and I think
this is my rotation. Like I'm rotating into this. I am not going to play 3-5-2B.
Right.
I have just way too many.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a reasonable left mid?
Yeah, and he's a 76 right wing.
And you liked the 70, the 21-year-old left mid as well?
I did.
Or two?
I did. Yes, I like him.
How?
Hold on. Yeah, like I would. He's going to play somewhere. It's just a matter of whether I want him to play here as part of this team or get absolutely blasted in iron.
Can I see the stats, the individual stats on Adam? All right, Jimbo, you're the expert. I don't like him as much in a 3-5-2B because the defense is a little lower. But maybe you just hold the CDM on that side back. You let the other one roam, and then you tell him to just get forward. Don't worry about defense. Just go be messy. Just walk around in the middle. You be ready when the pass comes out.
So my guess is here actually that I like prioritize the right side anyway. Like Engelhardt and Vigano here.
Yeah.
Jim, I didn't say anything about. There's nothing. Here's a good point though. Can you win titles with a 3-5-2B?
No, you gotta have the wheel. Sid, do you think Jimbo's wheel is just 3-5-2B, 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 3-5-2B on every prong? He spins it, just finds out.
So the reason why I don't like 3-5-2B is because part of this whole endeavor is to get this guy involved.
How is he at left mid?
No, he's a left back.
No, but he can
how
play
is he as a left mid?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
So the other side, like he will need to rest some. So maybe this is how you rest him.
73 left mid.
Yeah. That's a big drop. Like dropping 6 just feels like wasted talent.
Yep. Jimbo hasn't polished the wheels.
Yeah. You would want to play him as much as possible.
Yes. Yeah, the 4-2-3-1 is one that I keep going back to. Just what I was saying. Like I hate that it works so well. The one problem, or not, it's not a huge problem, but one of the issues with 4-2-3-1 is so I can't play Byrne, Engelhart, and Freeman together. Which, like, not the end of the world, but he's at left back. That's why. Udo. Oh wait, not Koopman.
The 4-2-3-1 actually showed really well into the stats last season as well. It was something that I heavily considered, and I think I'll run it a little bit, but not as a single priority.
So if 4-2-3-1 becomes my, like 4-2-2-2, 4-2-3-1 are kind of my main formations, do I need center mids?
No, which is why I was thinking that you slide to iron.
Right.
For the CDM, to give you CDM coverage, because I think you only have 2 guys that can play CDM, and one of them slots well and is a center back. Balance your CDMs on which fullback is attacking. Yeah. So like if the right back overlaps, you want the right CDM sitting back.
Those 3 together against tougher opponents and 2 out of the 3 in a rotation setup in the rest. So this is a yeah, because I basically have 2. So actually, I probably don't need this guy here. I don't really need him anywhere is the problem.
Loan him out. Cut him and loan him out. Auto accepted ice for 5%.
But he's my guy. I probably need him somewhere. I feel like I get like 5 games in and I go to rotate and I'm like, oh shit, I could have used that.
Who's the other left mid?
It's the 21-year-old right above him. And then I have this right mid. My backup right back is also a right mid and a center back.
Okay. So you don't necessarily need a backup left mid. Like if you're running a 4-2-2,
right,
he rests there.
Yep. And I basically use him at left mid or center mid, and I'm not using any center mids here anyway.
Yeah. My kind of like very rough school of thought is they realistically need a rotation game like every 3. And you can stretch it to 4, but then you're dragging it down for a longer period of time. Yeah. I think like then you have to fit it in another place.
You forced me to dip into the market.
Somebody's got to stimulate the economy. We're doing our part.
I was going to say, all of these guys in green I bought from the secondary market. I'm keeping the economy going here. Yeah, I guess my biggest thing is, can I realistically run 4-2-2-2 regularly?
Like every game or regularly?
Regularly.
Why not? What's your concern or what's your fear with running it regularly?
It just seems kind of nuts.
Or tactically?
Tactically, yeah, it just seems a little nuts to me. But like this would be it.
Yeah, I think you can. I think I'm not super confident on this, but my feelings on the 4-2-2 is understanding what to do with the CDMs and the fullbacks is kind of like figuring the formation out.
Mm-hmm.
How defense versus offense for the four of them.
Yeah.
And then I think part of like my opinion, and I don't know that this is right, is I would start with how the fullbacks, like how good they are offensively, like passing and dribbling stats, and how much can they contribute. And if they both can contribute a lot offensively, I would have them getting forward, creating the overlaps, and use the CDMs to try and help out defensively when they go forward. And then if not, if you're like, this guy's a more defensive-minded player, get the CDMs forward.
It's basically these two guys, the top two.
I mean,
those are my fullbacks.
I mean, Udo has great. Just tell him don't shoot ever.
Yeah,
but
take fewer long shots and fewer short close shots.
Yeah, just shooting off.
Yeah. Dribble into the goal.
Yeah, but it does seem like a lot of times the wing backs like are getting forward and then creating the overlaps and then passing off, laying off to another player. But it causes the defensive players and the other team to like move around, which can create opportunities, whether it's with a striker or a cam, something like that. And then you just have to be worried about getting hit on the counter. But I think 4-2-2 is fine. For me, it still feels like one of the more complicated formations, which you said in the beginning. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, great idea, do it. It's never worked for me, but good luck." And I think that's why. Because I think it's a little more complicated because everyone sets up kind of narrowly and trying to align it to get people to move into the right space, create overloads. It's harder.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, they're not like the fastest.
Oh, for CDMs?
Yeah. Like they're very strong defensively.
I think that the pace hype for midfielders is it's important, but I think it's overblown. I mean, if they're
it's more just specifically in this position where I just say, don't you dare move from here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think 60 is so slow that you have to tell them do not move.
Oh, okay.
Because like you're not seeing guys with 90 pace. Like 80 is quite uncommon for midfielders. Like if you see somebody with 74, like 63 is a drop off, but that's not like you're not seeing like Sergio Busquets and you're just like, man, he's slow. What's he doing?
Yeah. 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 Low positional freedom on one and you should be game. And then it just kind of was like, well, what the hell do I do with the other team? But I just will end up playing whatever is left.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a 4-3-3 since I've got wingers.
Yeah. 4-3. And you can bounce between holding and attacking.
Oh, wait. This is going to bother me.
1-2. 1-2. You have realigning them positionally. Vivas is. Oh, you're considering him as a second right back. Got it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, just I mean. So the thing that
that's a really good ice team.
If you do this, like I think you want to target cup games very, very heavily. So I do think you want to have opportunities to go into cup games aggressively.
In which team?
Paulista.
Yeah, that's agreed.
This team's not winning.
Anything.
They're going last. This team's just going to go last in the league.
It was going last anyway. That's the worst thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's no opportunity cost to just go last and then win the cup. What, Aspirants Cup 53 or whatever you call it.
That's literally, so my Empire 9 team won the cup, or no, got to the final of the cup last year and had to win on the final day of the season to stay in ice. And I was like, oh, okay. Toby, I don't think, so this Marchetti guy that I have here is a 73 rated CDM, 75 center back. Because I don't think he'd be a full-time center back here because I have two. Well, maybe he plays there when they rest. He's my backup center back and backup CDM. So I don't know if I need to move another center back over. I don't know.
You could swap though. I think what he's saying is it helps strengthen your center backs, which is the lowest of your groupings. I don't know. Center. Oh, but Toby, if he's running a 4-2-2, then you want 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get both out on another formation, but if you run 3-5-2-B, you want 3.
Basically, you have 2 CDMs, 2 center backs, and Marchetti. Right. Why is that bad? Until somebody gets suspended, and I'm like,
he thinks you need a 6th. But what was the other formation? 4-2-3-1. What were the other there was another formation that you looked at for wide players, I thought.
I think it was just the 4-1-2-1-2.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have,
where did here he is. So this is the other thing. I'm choosing the worst player here because he's my guy.
I think what he's saying is that you have 5 guys to play 4 positions. So you're rotating one of the 4 each game. So they're on a 3-on 1-off.
Right.
Yeah. Unless they're all extremely young, I think he brings up a good point. So you either have to change formations to rest 2 of them periodically, or find somebody else that can get into a center back position. But that's what, Toby was saying, that you can pivot the right back into center back as well. Yeah. To rotate. So you rotate Porter in, rotate Yanusa, and then they both play together. And then you would rotate Yanusa out. Porter would play in again. Yeah. So you'd have to work him in as well as so now you have 5 guys for 7 positions. Or no, 6 guys for 8, which falls back into that 2-on 1-off, 2-on 1-off.
Right. It's just,
But you would have to be strict on fitness rotation. Or just let them fall into 80 and then give them 2 days off and then go back to wherever.
So if I move, the difference here, if I move Koopman, who is better than both center backs I have, I want to start these guys because they're my guys.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm basically bringing him over to not play that much. If I bring the CDM over, I now have no CDM on this team, which not the end of the world. Maybe I just run 4. That's probably when I run 4-2-4.
Yeah, but then it only leaves you with 3 midfielders.
1.
Oh, Vivas can play CDM. So 5. Yeah, I would be hesitant to do that. Toby brings up a good point. A team can play
this one. Yeah. I think those are the two formations I would play.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a CDM.
Yeah.
They could play regular 4-3-3 also. It doesn't have to be attack. I happen to have like this guy. Yeah, he probably would. I mean, this team is going to be. I don't want to say I don't want to put much effort into this team, but like, how far is it really going to? How much of my effort am I going to change to finish 12th or 12th?
Yeah, no, that was my point from a minute ago. Is that like you just rotate, you go in your rotations, and then you gear up for the cup games. Like you actually look at it in a cup game. And I think for 4-2-2 defensive and attacking right now, the way that you have it right now, if you don't move the CDM, you can run both of those, and you can run a 4-2-4. But a 4-2-4 drains all of your forwards, both strikers, left wing, right wing.
Correct. I do have another one here. Like I have 3 here, and Burn, I actually play a lot at striker. So I could probably bring one. But again, it's like bringing one of my guys over.
How many? Is it 18 players on each team? That's what it is, isn't it?
It's 18 and 19, I think.
There's more on the right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one more on the right.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
So it actually, if I move one over, it's 17 and 20, which is not like 17 I can't do.
Yeah, 17 is really hard. I think you can run a 3-4-3 as well on Paulista.
Yep. I could. I certainly, because let's see, left wing, right mid. I don't think I have a left mid.
Yeah, because you need Torres to play in the middle.
Right. Or do I? Yeah, I do. Or I just get blasted. Who knows? Or I just bring one of these forwards over, these strikers, and then I can play. Like the original plan was Lawrence here as a left wing, and then Roque can play left mid. Yeah.
Do you think Hendricks is your guy? You want to play him there, but do you think Hendricks will play much on this team?
No.
You can move Hendricks over. I don't think it'll hurt you. Gives you a little bit more flexibility for cup matches.
I think Mancia probably is excess here as well.
Which would allow you to run 3-4-3.
Right.
And both are towards the end of the curve, hypothetically. I don't think you're going like +7 or something on one of them. But also, there's mid-season transfer window. If somehow this guy hits his prime age and he ends up as a 74 from training progression and match play, then you move him back.
Which guy?
Either one, but just as a general statement. If they hit prime age and shoot up and you're like, oh, this is a fun treat, then you could always move him back at midseason. Probably wishful thinking.
Mancia and Hendricks to Paulista, Tanner to FC. That's probably right. If I move Tanner, then I can't play 3-5-2. I can play 3-5-2B, but not 3-5-2. Which, whatever.
No. Those are not the same thing. 3-5-2B is a beast of its own. Can't upset the chat. It's too early.
It's afternoon for them.
This is true.
So the point of this stream was obviously to figure out how to make Empire FC work. Do you think I'm stupid or crazy for the actual plan? Pure
like
punting iron.
the revised plan?
Just punting iron, truly punting it instead of thinking I was somewhat competitive and now really not.
No, I think after hearing the alternative idea, the new idea, I think it would be stupid to not change it. Bob and Big Will are never going to talk to me again.
I'm going to go to Bob and be like, hey, how do you run it? He's like, I can't even talk to you. Is this for your shit team or the other shit team?
Yeah, I also have a tough time with Bob saying, you just let the chips fall where they may when he has Legos on his stone team. Come on, Bob.
I think I don't talk to Big Will. Like, I've never talked to Big Will, so I don't have but from listening to him on other streams, and Bob is the same way. And I think everyone who is in that realm of like in Diamond or Plat and up there, the idea of farming MFL with a below rated team is just, they get it, but they just would never do it. And so the idea is like, you put your best team in your best division because we're here to win. And I almost feel like they resent is not the right word, but don't like the idea of like a team in a league just being a punching bag for everybody, that they want the leagues to be competitive. They obviously want to win them, but they don't like people going in and just basically farming MFL at the higher levels.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also think that like you're not competing for top of the table. The team, the way it is set up now, the Paulista is set up now, it's not competing for top of the table anyways. So like the goal that they would be going after isn't on the table.
Like,
I think I understand.
You shouldn't have bought the iron team. If you're not going to play iron, you shouldn't get an iron team.
So I mean, somebody's going to be a punching bag. We've seen last season was the first season we've ever seen there wasn't a punching bag in Diamond.
In Diamond, yeah.
And like I haven't followed Plat or Gold as often, but like there are just teams that are not as strong, and even if they're very good teams, they still end up being punching bags. Like there's player scarcity.
Yeah, I was tempted to do that, but just watching my teams lose every day just feels wrong. I appreciate that,
but I think watching one team win and watching one team lose is better than watching two teams lose. I still think this makes sense.
That's where I was going with it, and so that's where I was going with it, with the continued caveat of wanting to play my guys, because I could very well take everyone that I had on Paulista, which are the best players in my agency, and move them all to stone. Yeah, so we'll see. Toby said max win for Paulista without changes is 7th, maybe 6th. That's just not very fun. Max win with Empire FC with the changes. Sky's the limit. Now we're getting me all fired up. Big Will said it's a numbers game. I have a few teams that will get relegated this season because they've hit their peak, which like I get that. Sorry, I was laughing at this before you were saying something, and Jim said the B in 352B does stand for best.
I saw that.
Yeah, Kev's having none of that.
So we're broken. At the very, very beginning, you said, you always have your first. Your first team is in your home city, and it made me think: should I be pushing heavier to have my first team, the Cologne team, be the strongest, or Raleigh, the home team? Because mine are split. My home team is not my first team.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was going to end up with both of them in stone, and I was going to have to figure out which team got the better players.
Yeah.
And it fell easier than
but
that.
Unfortunately, you got promoted.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't have to make the decision. But if they were both in, I'm curious, like, what other people think I should prioritize. What would you do if Empire was in ice and you had another team in stone? Would you still prioritize Empire to try and get them promoted?
I think it would depend how close I was. Like I didn't overpower my Empire team. And frankly, I'm not really overpowering it now. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm finally just like, SR Monkey's been right all along. Just fucking jam the best players in and just compete for titles.
I think Stone's going to be tough. I think even with the revision, I think it'll be a tough season, which should be fun. Like the uncertainty and the fighting for the win should be fun.
Yeah. Andrew said, I've got the same dilemma. The second they end up in the same division, I'm prioritizing my home team. Main team is in iron. Home team is in stone. Yeah. Ryan, I just looked at what time it was, and so you have to go.
2 minutes.
So my fault on that. As I told you, like I'll end with plenty of time left. But anyway, Ryan, really appreciate all of the feedback. Appreciate everybody here helping as well. I now have to spend the next hour before my Sorare stream just canceling contracts and signing new contracts so I can move everyone over. But yeah, Ryan, from the whole like happy to help, do you want to do this on screen? I appreciate the suggestion and the time. So thank you. Thank you.
It was fun. Good luck.
Thanks for that, everybody. Appreciate all the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Good luck with all your teams. 1 day left before season 10. Don't forget to go outside.